Hello my friendsies! Diny's here from Seesaw, and we're gonna put some limbs in this mother humperdinker. But what color are we gonna use? Alright, so you're new to oil paint. You're gonna think, oh, I'm gonna choose a brown color. Yeah, maybe burnt umber, or what have I got over here that I'm not going to be using today? Van Dyke brown. I'm not using that today. What am I gonna do? I want a color that literally mimics nature in all the different values that I can create. A value is created by either adding its opposite or white or black, right? So I'm going to be using Payne's Gray, of course, burnt white, cadmium yellow, red ochre, sap green, burnt umber, and ultramarine blue. And these are going to be the colors that are going to make up our tweeds. Ah! How does that happen? I don't know. But we're gonna, that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to be using the same mix with a little more Galcoid added. So this has Galcoid and linseed oil. Now let me take you over to the painting, because I just did this yesterday, right? And for all you people who don't want to do oil paints because it takes so long to dry, oh my god, whatever, you know, you're you're gonna be surprised. So this is I have my camera in a whole new place now. I just want her to behave. I gotta loosen some things up. Oh, she's a loosey goosey. That one's too tight, so let me just it's a work in progress, this place back here. Alright, I'm just yank this down, and I should be able to flip that. There we are. Alright. Not really, because I swear I don't want this thing to hit me in the head while I'm working. That sucks every day of the week. So, here we are. Here you go. Here, we're on it. So, we just painted this yesterday, right? We did this sky thing. Very little color coming up on my hands, guys. It's not like it's just, I can paint over this. You see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? So, you change your mind, you go back in, we're going to do stuff, alright? So, right now, the first thing we're going to do, since we have the the first thing I'm going to do is find a Nicorette and get my headphones back on, right? Alright, so I'm gonna I'm kind of defining yeah. So that kind of gives me a little bit of a guide going in with my darker colors, but I'm, if I don't like any of it, I can take it right off. I'm not worried about it. Never be worried about anything. Alright guys, so I'm going to go ahead and get my colors mixed. I should have done that already, but I'm just so excited. So I'm going to get my colors mixed and I'll be right back. Hello my friendsies, real quick, I wanted to show you what I did. Alright, so I told you I was going to use sap green, burnt umber, red ochre, cadmium yellow, white, ultramarine blue, and Payne's gray. So this is what I did with them. I kind of put them in a little flip together. I'm going to smash them, and then I can use white to make different values of the same color. Alright? Or the Payne's gray to make a darker value, or utilizing the sap green along with the ultramarine blue and the Payne's gray to make a deeper green. Alright, does that make sense? Alright, I'm going to take you back over here. Woo! And, jeez. I swear. You know, I'm trying a new place for my camera, but she may need to change. She may need to be changed again. It's like a painting. Everything needs to change until it gets to where it's at. Alright, I'll be right back. I'm gonna mix these. Alright, my friends, so I did decide that this was probably important to show you. So after I mixed all these colors, minus the white, I put them in a pile like this, okay? So I have something to work with here, 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 and here. And to that I can add whatever colors I want out of the whole pile of colors that made up this color. So they're all going to be harmonious. Does that make sense? Nothing is going to stand out as being different because it took all these colors minus the white to make this color. So I can add any one of these colors to make it a different shade of what it is and give it a harmonious effect. Does that make sense? I mean, I'm just learning myself, so I'm hoping that's helpful for you. And without further ado, I'm going to switch the camera around. Okay, my friendsies, so what I'm thinking is in order to paint these, I'm going to use just your typical, what do they call it? I can't even read it. It's a pointy brush, and I'm going to load it with my medium. And again, we're doing wet painting. We are not doing a thick painting. We're doing wet. So that, you know, it dries in a reasonable amount of time so that I can go back over it tomorrow. And this has a pretty good sized brush too, so and I'm rolling the brush. And the reason why I'm doing that is because this is a gnarly tree. And now you see the beautiful colors that are coming out by us making our own brown, right? You see that. It's just phenomenal. And it's mixing with that white pastel underneath. And just doing whatever the fuck I guess it wants to do. Not a kid-friendly show. But you see how my brush is loaded, my friendsies. This is something I have to teach myself every day. Don't take all your paint all the way down to the bottom. You don't need to do that. You just want to keep it at the top. I want to try to use up as much paint as possible on the first pass. Just defining where we're at. Nothing we're doing is set in stone, remember that, please. I am going darker and fatter, which means I'm using less medium when I'm going darker. Right now I'm using less medium as I go darker. Now I want to go a little lighter, and I'm going to tap into the white. And I showed you that place. I showed you that place on my board where I have a space where I can play with my colors, right? Okay, so we're gonna go. We're not defining anything right now. I just know that I need this to be lighter. And here's where we get to play with this. This may or may not stay. I don't know. I just know that I need to fix it with something a little bit lighter. But we see what we've done. Yes? So back into that, now back into a nice wet dark. And at this point I am going to clean my brush. Just wipe out what she's got in her so I can go back in here. I keep wiping my brush. And what I love is mingling with whatever's left over. This is a little fat over lean. This is, I'm using a thicker coat, less diluted with, I'm wiping my brush, okay, going into that mix with all those colors minus white, just a little thicker. It's not always gonna stick. You gotta work it in there. Don't be afraid. Just don't be afraid. I'm wiping my brush again. Right? I'm just keeping that brush wiped off. There she is. And I'm going back into the thicker paint. So this is, we did lean, we put in very very thin color of paint. And I'm what they call scalping. I don't know what the technical word is. I'm sorry, Diane Mays, I forgot what the fuck that was. I'm scrumbling? Yes! I'm scrumbling. Yes. So the term used is scrumbling. We're putting some thick paint over a thin layer, and we don't want them to mix too much because we're creating an illusion. All right. So in here, I told you guys I really didn't like it, and I still don't. But I'm gonna go ahead and go wet right now. I'm gonna add some white, some yellow, and some red ochre into that puddle that I made with the all of those colors together. Okay, I'm gonna make a color, and I'm gonna come in it's out of the ordinary, it doesn't look like it belongs, and that's okay. So you see when you change your values how it just makes things look a little off. But that's alright, because there's going to be so many colors in this tree when we're done that I need to see that color. Because it's my dream. This whole tree is my dream. So, alright. So we've almost got, like, where are we at? 11 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to take a little more of this medium here. I'm going into just the color that we mixed together, and I'm going to tap into a little bit of that Payne's gray, or the sap green. Scrumble that bitch on here. This is so much fun. I love these guys, but let's see what happens when we add a little more branches to them as well. Because I'm just trying to use up paint right now. So let's fix that. I mean, that's the one thing I really want to do. This I like because I think this is like a dead tree. It's like broke. It's broke at the top. And that's okay. You be you. I mean, you're broke. You're a big ass tree. See? Tree's getting bigger. I'm going straight into the Payne's Gray. Straight up into that Payne's Gray. Gonna wipe my brush. We got 1 minute left, my frenzies. Going into that Payne's Gray. Haha! It's coming! Alright, my friends, we have not finished it, but we're done today. I'm just gonna say how excited I am about this process, and I might even in the next video take more limbs up this way. We're gonna cut into this so she's dead and she's old. I love that the light is coming from this direction because I did so much work on the ground earlier. It's like everything's working out. Alright, my frenzies, I love you. Keep creating. Don't be afraid. We can always fix it. Ciao, Bella. I love you, Mommy. I love you so much.